Why share my faith if you might still not believe? This was a question that my friend asked me. We kinda got into a heated discussion about religion. She's a free thinker while I'm a Christian. After the whole thing, she's still unconvinced about Christianity, which happens quite a lot when you talk about such a controversial and challenging topic. After that whole conversation, she asked this question: John, why do you try to convert people into Christianity even if others might not believe? And that's an interesting question. What's the point of trying to persuade others to believe in Jesus if they still might not believe at the end of the day or at the end of their lives? I'll talk about why focusing on the results of evangelism is not important to whether we share our faith, then give a few reasons to why we persevere in sharing our faith. Let's first talk about why focusing on results is not important to whether we go about evangelizing. I personally think that asking this question in the video title implies that we are approaching evangelism in a very results-focused way. But it's not like I get some brownie points in heaven if I am able to help others to come to this. In fact, in the first place, when someone decides to believe in Jesus, it's not from anything I've done. I would argue that you might be able to share all the points on Christianity in the best way possible, and someone could still be unconvinced. Fortunately, in the first place, it's just my job to be faithful and God's job to be fruitful. It's purely up to God whether He predestined that person to believe at the end of his life and then be saved from sin. So it's fine if I go about my life converting 0 people. I'm just called to be a witness to others, and that can take some weight off your shoulders. You don't have to be the one that tips them over to God's side, and you don't have to take it personally if someone doesn't decide to go into the faith. It's up to them and Jesus, not them and you. Which brings me to the next part of the video. Why share the faith then? I have 2 reasons. Firstly, we are commanded to do so. You got a great commission in Matthew chapter 28. You also have been called to be a witness to the ends of the earth as seen in Acts 1 verse 8. So if you're called by Jesus to do such things and we love Him, we would want to do these things. But another way you can view it is this. The second reason is that we don't want to hide something that helped us. It's really simple. Pretty much everyone would want to tell others about this thing that helped us if they loved someone. For example, if I love my friends, I would encourage them to have a workout routine. If I love my family, I would warn them about potential scams online. Now, we have this good news. The fact that Jesus lived a sinless life, then died as a sacrifice such that we can be saved from our sins. Then He rose again, showing how powerful He is over death. If Jesus' teachings and His life have set me free from things I've struggled with, why wouldn't I want to share it with others? The gospel has helped people at their lowest through the many types of challenges they have, from addictions to relationships to body image to their emotions. If we have the cure to something, why would we want to gatekeep it from others? Why not share it with them such that they can be saved after this short earthly life, and also go about their lives more aligned with how we are designed? On the flip side, if you decide to hide that you believe in Jesus, you might be doing something unloving. Yes, this might be kind of harsh, but again, if you have the cure to something, you will want to share it with others. So why wouldn't you want to share it then? That's kind of selfish or even unloving. Oh, but I'm afraid people see me as a religious, devout person. Now, is that more important than them getting saved for eternity? Is that worth it? I know I'm sidetracking, but it's way more worth it to be boldly proclaiming about the good news and have many people consider you too religious, because you might be able to save one person, at least one person. That's better than never shooting your shot ever, and then those around you that don't believe in Jesus face the consequences. I don't think that even if Jesus didn't command us to share the gospel, we would still want to do this task, because that's genuinely a loving thing you can do to others. And I just want to encourage you in this journey. You might encounter people that are really dismissive or frustrated when you share about it, but you might have planted a seed in them. Decades later, maybe that seed will grow just like their faith in Jesus. On the other hand, you might be debating with someone about Christianity in front of other friends. Though the person you're directly debating with might still not believe in God, the bystanders who are watching might have their faith shaken by what you have said or done. Your friends who are witnessing all this might very well be convinced by what you have done, by the logical arguments you have shared, to the gentle attitude you have while discussing such a tough topic, to your own day-to-day life being a good sample of Jesus' love to us. It can come to a point where people see you as such a loving and forgiving person, they got to ask how come you can be like that. That's when you can share that your love flows from the one God who has loved us ever since the start. I really want to encourage you that you might not be able to convince the person you're directly talking to, but you might be able to help those who have observed you. And trust me, people who have been with you for a while have observed how you're like. And you can only put up a facade for maybe a few hours or a few days, but if you're with someone for a few weeks or months, you would see their true colors come out. If your character is a great testament, then it would shine through in this world of darkness. We usually talk about how others can easily influence us, so we need to be careful of who we surround with. But how about the other way around? We can easily influence those around us too. Don't forget about that. So don't be passive in this venture. You might not be able to change the whole world, but you might be able to change the whole world in someone's eyes. I know it's tough in this fallen earth, but we got to give it a try. So let's go forth to be little influencers towards our personal circles. Because we might be able to influence the quiet bystander who observes how your life has been transformed by God. Let's summarize the video's points. Firstly, we talked about how focusing on whether we converted someone to Christianity in the first place is wrong when we go about evangelizing. That's God's task, not ours. The two reasons we share our faith is because we are commanded to do so, and that is loving to help others with the cure to their lives. Then I ended with an encouragement to be proactive in showing others that you're a believer by the way you talk and by the way you walk. We can influence those around us, so let's be bold in that because people are watching. So don't give up as you are on the go for Jesus.